Camp of the Convictors. Alphino is eager to gather information on the heretics. Surely one of these people will have encountered heretics while out hunting. Pray speak with as many as you can, Lavenza. Nay, I know of no heretics. Do you honestly expect me to keep track of every Ratimo, Vermont, and Bertinant that wanders in and out of camp? I kind of want to, just for fun. Nay, I know of no heretics. Do you honestly expect me to keep track of every Rate Muix, Vermont, and Bertinant that wanders in and out of camp? I wouldn't get anything done if I kept doing that. I would just be dumb giggling to myself. Are there any heretics in the area? I have not the faintest idea. Why, a heretic could pass under my very nose, and I should be none the wiser. I hunt dragons, my dear lady, the big ones. Forever do I scan the skies for signs of my prey. I cannot for the miserable. Wait, I care not for the miserable creatures that scurry upon the ground. Okay. Do we have a Stinian? Yeah, there he is. I may have erred in seeking the wisdom of these whelps. Oh. Well, because you're talking to a mender. Probably not interested. Your efforts have not only... Oh, okay, that's... We don't need to read that yet. Looking for heretics, you say? Why don't you go and bother Pure Quit or someone? I have enough trouble keeping these preening fops fed and clothed as it is. 'Tis no business of mine what folk do with themselves out there in the wilds. Pierre Quit. Something I can help you with, milady? See, and then the fact that the dude says summit, which typically I think is something that is kind of maybe not southern. It's actually like how would I put it? It's like a lower I guess lower educated English, wouldn't it? Something I could help you with, something like that. Anyway, heretics is it? Well, I've never seen one myself, or meself, but that ain't to say I haven't heard a thing or two. We would be grateful for any information you can share with us. The gods know we've gleaned precious little from talking to the rest of these people. If it please, my lord, I'm Pierre, a soldier by trade, though not much of one, if I'm honest. It weren't for the love of stabbing folk that I took up the spear, see? No, it was by order of Sir Gendelot's father. Still, as long as they keep paying me wages, I ain't fussy to what they have me do. Not everyone's as patient as me, though. Plenty of low-born lads who get pressed into service start grumbling before they've seen their second battle. And once they've got to thinking how unfair it all is, it don't take much for the heretics to turn their heads. From what I hear, the simple promise of freedom tends to do it. That may explain how Lady Iceheart was able to expand her followers so swiftly. Sad to say, some mates of mine gobbled down the heretics' trite and asked for seconds. Told me they were off to the Western Highlands to light a signal fire. That's how you let the heretics know you're serious about joining their ranks, apparently. Send up some purple smoke and the bastards come to you. Is that so? Well then, I am minded to start a fire. Sounds like a plan. Milady must be a warrior of some renown to keep company with the likes of the Azure Dragoon. Me? I'd be lucky to last 3 heartbeats with some of them big nasty Dravinians. I am not familiar with the building of signal fires, but how difficult could it possibly be? Purple flame, purple flame. Okay, so this is where we'll meet up with her. Estanian wishes to prepare a signal fire to lure in the heretics. If we are to lure our foes to our position, then we must find a means of producing a signal of purple hue. As it so happens, I once heard the tale of a trapper who dropped the hide of a woolly yak onto his campfire. Aside from the terrible stench, the story also described in detail how the smoke from the smothered flames was tinged a deep violet. You are a monster hunter of some note, are you not, Lavenza? It should prove a trifling task for you to procure a number of hides. We may need to burn more than one ere the heretics notice our beacon. Master Alphino, you and I shall gather wood for the fire. Aye, it will take the both of us to find enough dry fuel in this frozen wasteland. Let us meet again at the Dreaming Dragon with the fruits of our labor. Two yak hides. Yeah, this is the area you get mithril ore, I think. Or mithril sand, actually, I think. The ore, I think, is back over at the mill. I've had to farm a lot of it. Actually, like the leave quests I've been doing, I have to farm a lot of that. But obviously I had to farm a lot of it just leveling through Shadowbringers, because you need it for the Dwarven Mithril stuff, I believe. I left Ishgard on a mission of noble purpose, and now here I am scrambling for sticks in the snow. How can my hands be at once so numb yet so sore? Dude, welcome to my life, man. Twould seem that collecting firewood is a new experience for Master Alphino. He must have been a privilege. He must have been a privileged. Yeah. Oh, his must have. Wow. My reading is not great. Okay. His must have been a privileged upbringing. Ahem. Have you the hides we need? Yak hide. The bristly hide of a now hideless yak. That's some very thin smoke.
Ah, I should have known it would be you. Word reached me of a struggle with a small but well-armed band of trespassers. Forgive my comrades their hostility. Few come here uninvited, and fewer still with good intent. Now, tell me why you are here.
What will you say to Lady Iceheart? I love you. Okay, we wish to stop Nidhogg's attack on Ishgard. We wish to speak with you. I mean, obviously the first line is like the most direct approach. But we'll butter her up a little bit.
So, you seek to stem the Dravanian tide with talk? A romantic notion. If you but knew the truth, the spark which lit the flames of this animosity, you would understand the futility of your quest. Shall I relate it to you? The sordid history my gift has shown me, that which the Holy See has taken such pains to suppress.
Ooh, story time.
'Twas more than a millennium past when an Elezen tribe first sought to claim the lands of Kurthas as its home. Unfortunately for them, Kurthas was already home to dragonkind, and they were not inclined to make way for the invaders. Thus did a bloody war begin, a war which might well have rumbled on until one or the other side was exterminated, had it not been for the resolve of a single woman. That woman's name was Shiva. While those around her fought and died, she attempted to parley with the dragons, and in so doing discovered them to be possessed of profound intelligence and reason. The great worm Hraesvelgar, in particular, so enchanted Shiva that she found herself growing to love the creature, whom her people considered a monster. In the eyes of a near-immortal dragon, however, the fleeting life of an Elezen is as that of a freshly cut rose. Scarce has the flower bloomed before it begins to fade and wither. Such melancholy musings plagued Hraesvelgar, who had found in Shiva an unexpected and beloved soulmate. He knew that all too soon, death would snatch her away from him. Unable to bear the thought of their separation, the maid bid the worm consume her, that their spirits might be entwined for eternity. Though loath to perform the deed, Hraesvelgar ultimately gave in to her plea, and soon thereafter the tale of their ill-fated love spread throughout the two warring factions. No more could they raise blade or claw against one another, knowing that the souls of their kin were so inextricably bound. In the days that followed, man and dragon learned to live in harmony, and together built a nation unlike any the world had ever known. For 200 years did this blissful age of peace continue, as it would to this day, had vilest envy not stirred in the hearts of the Elezen. It is said that worms owe their longevity to the boundless reserves of vitality found within their eyes. And 'twas in this belief that a traitorous band of knights deceived their allies of some 2 centuries, and took by force that which they coveted. Nidhogg, he who now stands poised to unleash his wormlings upon Ishgard, was the great dragon who lost an eye to Elezen treachery. And until he prizes it from the hands of the traitor's progeny, no amount of conciliatory words will stay his fury.
You are wrong, Lady Iceheart. Lest you misunderstand, I do not doubt your vision of the past. 'Tis true that Nidhogg greatly desired to reclaim the Eye. Indeed, it was for that very reason that I kept it with me as I roamed the land, attempting to draw him away from the city.
Good gods!
Where does he keep it in that armor?
Until recently, Nidhogg seemed unable to resist its allure and pursued me relentlessly. Needless to say, that is no longer the case. Now, it would seem, he has fixed his attention on Ishgard itself, though he knows full well the Eye does not reside there.
You believe he targets the capital for another reason?
I believe reason has all but left him. Through the Eye, I feel much of what Nidhogg feels, and the dragon's thirst for vengeance will not be quenched by aught less than a sea of blood.
If Nidhogg is indeed lost to reason, might we not seek an audience with Hraesvelgr instead? He has thus far shown no inclination to aid in the invasion of Ishgard, and may yet welcome our efforts to broker a peace.
You still believe that a peaceable solution can be found? Very well. I will take you to him. Our road will lead us to Dravania, the homeland of dragonkind. There we shall ascend unto the clouds, where Hraesvelgr resides.
Uh-oh. Now what are we seeing? Oh! We're starting to get access to the crystals again. I wonder what the catalyst to that is. Just like learning something new about the war between dragons and Ishgard?
Is aught amiss, my friend? I sense the many battles are beginning to take their toll. Rest a while, and should you lose sight of us, Dravania lies beyond the mountains to the west.
Curious. The vestiges of thy mistress's blessing are not as faint as once they were. Thy will to succeed grants thee unusual fortitude. But will it be enough?
It's interesting. I kind of reacted when they said that it was Shiva that was with Hraesvelgr. Because, like, I knew that Hraesvelgr was with, like, an Elysian woman. And for some reason, I was like, was their name Iceheart? Was her name actually Isael? Like, I knew it was something revolved around Isael. I just forgot it was Shiva. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why I forgot. Or, I mean, I guess I forgot just because, I don't know. Why does anybody forget? But anyway. We journey to the homeland of dragons, Lavenza. The scholar within me burns to see the sights I have but read about, as does the child within me, I confess. Be on your guard, warrior of light. With the mistress of the heretics as our guide, we may yet find that we are being led to our graves. I trust her. Where the chocobos roam. Lady Iceheart stands ready to lead you and your companions into Dravania. You are Lavenza, yes? Pray address me as Ysel, if you would, or if you wish. 'Tis passing strange, is it not, that fate should bring us together thus. Never did I think to walk alongside the warrior of light. But history is full of such unexpected alliances. Shall we make our way into Dravania, then? The chill of the western highlands is unrelenting, and I would sooner be under the sheltering canopy of the Chocobo Forest. I, too. I could just, oh, see, we're right there anyway. It's like I could teleport, but I don't know if we would end up having to fly out from Tailfeather anyway, so since we're right here, might as well take the scenic route. All like 20 seconds of it. Oh, and we get the cutscene.
Beyond Abalathia's spine, the great mountain range that spans the continent of Aldenard from east to west. Into the deepening shadows of Som Al, where lies the ancient home of dragonkind. To a land where the soil slithers and the skies seethe with sinuous shapes, they came.
That was one hell of a way of like describing like the sky and that was weird. I mean, I assume it's because I came in on a mount, but it's not like I can't be mounted here. I think maybe that's just something in the programming of the MSQ that, you know, you're not supposed to be able to fly right now, so this forest was mentioned in the pages of the new Eorzean Geographic. As I recall, the author advised travelers to give the local chocobos a wide berth. According to her, they can be remarkably aggressive. Do you sense them, Lavenza? A gathering of dragons to the west. We now stand on the threshold of Dravania. The path to Som Al will take us far to the west, beyond the embrace of the forest branches. It will be a long and demanding journey. Might I suggest that we take our rest at the village up ahead and see that we are properly provisioned? There is a village here, but I thought these lands the sole domain of dragonkind. Why would anyone choose to live in so perilous a place? I never really thought of that, like going into, like, you get so used to being here and it's like, yeah, why would they? I mean, you know, obviously, like, knowing what ends up happening, but before all that. The wild chocobos. Tailfeather was built by hunters who make their living capturing and selling the beasts. Their leader, Marsichamp, is an acquaintance of mine. Being a gregarious sort, he will no doubt welcome our arrival, and he will also possess more recent knowledge of the road we seek to travel. I trust there are no objections. Only to this ceaseless chatter. If we are to meet this acquaintance of yours, let us do it before Ishgard burns. Little camp here. So the rest of them, I guess, are not supposed to be here yet. Join us in the cutscene. Oh. Well, tan my hide and call me Leatherface. We have visitors. Oh-ho. And if it ain't the lovely Ysayle, it's been too long, girl. That it has, Marcia Champ. That it has. My companions and I are on a pilgrimage to Somme All. Might we stay in Tailfeather a while and prepare for the next leg of our journey? Of course, of course. Stay as long as you like. In fact, I wouldn't suggest leaving the forest at all. The dragons have been absolutely bleeding murderous of late. Forgive me, sir, but I am not sure I understand. Do the dragons not bother you here in the forest? Bother us? Did Ysayle not explain things to you, boy? You've seen them towering callum trees all about, haven't you? If you were flying above the canopy, you'd barely be able to see the ground. And as you'd expect, the local wildlife's canny enough to stay hidden beneath the leaves, which is why the dragons do their hunting elsewhere, and we can do ours in peace. I see. Thank you for the explanation. You're welcome. Now, I know it won't stop Ysayle here, but dragons ain't the only things you need to keep an eye out for, especially if you're set on heading west. Thank you all for watching this video. I've been having a great time going through the Heavensward content. It's good to finally be in it. If you have enjoyed this and want to see more, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see me live, the link to my Twitch is down below. Thank you again for watching, and have a great one.